journey for us, for all of us since the beginning, full of excitement, joy, preparation, challenges. But overall, I think that we had a great time, and I hope this day won't be an exception, and we will have a wonderful time together and a great experience. I did some calculations actually, and I really wanted to share some numbers with you. So overall, we had more than 100 registrations for this kind of international public speaking competition, and around 76 participants who actually delivered these speeches live and send us their recorded speeches. And let's not forget English teachers who supported and helped to prepare each one of the participants, and actually still till today they are by their side. So these numbers, they kind of show us that there is a huge interest in English language among students. And we are very happy that we can be part of this learning process, let's say, and motivate students to learn English well, because this language opens a door to many opportunities for the future. So before I introduce our judges and go through the structure of today's competition, I would like to invite or maybe present our president, Marlene Wall, to give us also a welcome word. Marlene?
Thank you so much, Gintare. It is a huge privilege for me to be here with you this afternoon and to welcome all of you to this public speaking competition, this final event. It is an absolutely natural event for LCC to be hosting, and so we're really, truly privileged to have students from, as I understand, 5 countries participating this afternoon. I began my career as an English teacher. And so for me, anyone who is speaking publicly in the English language, I have an automatic...
We enjoy dominating the conversation and being the single center of attention. But without listening properly, we are not actually having a conversation. We're just people saying random things to each other and preventing ourselves from receiving and learning new information. So the first L is listen to understand. Jimi Hendrix once said, "Knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens." I believe we should look at listening as the process of seeking this wisdom. Things we hear might not be right, but the crucial point here is that these new ideas are different to what we currently have. As a result, someone else's truth, plus my perspective, undoubtedly equals wider, more deliberate, and less wrong view of the world. So the second L is listen to seek the truth. Imagine a river, a simple river. But instead of its above ground current, there are words, gestures, facial expressions, things noticeable for everyone. However, it has an underground current as well. And do you know for sure what it holds in its depth? Maybe joy, sadness, anger, or happiness. A huge world of emotions is hidden from us until we go deeper, until we jump into the flow and listen. Read between the lines and respond correctly. Hear not only words, but feelings. Thus, the third L is listen to see the bigger picture. In the end, I would love to say the following. Formally, we all are free, but we create restrictions for ourselves. We are too busy with our thoughts and problems. We let our ego trick us. And like that prisoner, we become unable to enjoy the conversation. All things considered, I want to encourage everyone to get rid of these limitations and enjoy the beauty of the moment. Let's become insightful listeners who seek the truth and connect the dots in the big picture. Thank you so much for your attention. It's been such a pleasure to perform in front of you.
Thank you, Kirill.
That all these missed conversations today are going to turn into broken relationships, divorces, and wars tomorrow. We forget that productive communications can win battles that weapons cannot. Everyone has a story to tell, And these stories should be heard. So please, if you are the chosen one, take that gift with open heart and open ears. While listening, don't count seconds until they're done. Don't try to multitask. Don't just interrupt them and tell them you know exactly how they feel. Because most of the time, you don't. Just put everything, your thoughts, ideas, concerns, agendas, advice away and concentrate your mind. As listening is not just about being quiet, it's about being present. The way we communicate with others and with ourselves ultimately determines the quality of our lives, said Tony Robbins. Now I'm asking you, why don't we determine our lives by being amazing listeners? Why don't we start teaching our children how to listen? And why don't we turn this chain reaction of chaos into a chain reaction of love, care, and respect? I believe we can do that. Thank you for listening.
Is the real expression and the real meaning of love towards one person. So now when I gave you two arguments why I do believe the best expression of love is listening, I want to give a conclusion. We can't listen to people without loving them, but we can't love without listening to people. Thank you so much for your attention.
There are 3 main steps to follow. The first step is be yourself. Don't be afraid to show your own character. We all are unique, but express your own thoughts and ideas. But also remember that your rights are over in a place where my rights start. Don't offend anybody in your speech. This is the second step to take in order to become a better speaker. That's a very big disadvantage. Never offend anybody in your speech. And the first step, and maybe the most interesting one, don't be afraid to show love and kindness in your words. That's a great advantage for a speaker. Now I want to over my speech. And the last but not the least important thing that I want to say today is, either you are a good or bad speaker, unmindful or attentive listener, there are topics that had to be listened and spoken. Earth pollution, global warmings, wars. These are themes that had to be spoken and listened. So let us rediscover the lost art of listening, understanding, and replying in ourselves. Let us make this world a little bit kinder and better altogether. Thank you very much.